Hi everyone. So it's been roughly 1.5 months since the release of the new PlayStation Plus Premium, Sony's answer to Microsoft's Game Pass. I held off for a little while, but last week I took the plunge, and now it's time for a review. I would like to say that I am giving Sony a bit of the benefit of the doubt on some aspects of their premium service, as it has only been a month and a half, and everything has its teething problems. But without going into it too much and spoiling the review, I can say one thing: it's had its ups and downs. Now, before we crack on, I just need you to do one thing, and that is go down there and hit that subscribe button, please. One final disclaimer before I crack on. Obviously, I will be comparing Premium to Game Pass, as it's hard not to compare the two. But what we also have to appreciate is that Sony and Microsoft have different strategies when releasing their first-party exclusive games. So AAA Blockbuster games. Sony have quite a few big first-person exclusives in their back catalogue, and some big hitters coming out later this year. But I will eat my hat if God of War Ragnarok is a day one PlayStation Plus Premium release. And this is where Sony and Microsoft's strategies when it comes to releasing first-party exclusive games differs. Microsoft release all of their exclusives day one on Game Pass, whereas Sony will most likely not do this, and even more recent releases such as Horizon Forbidden West and Gran Turismo 7 will probably not be appearing on it for a while. You can get a trial for the former, but that's about it. That's not to say there's no big blockbuster games on the service. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, Death Stranding Director's Cut, Returnal, Demon's Souls the remake, and Spider-Man Miles Morales are all on there, along with Red Dead Redemption 2, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Guardians of the Galaxy, Control and Bloodborne. That is quite a selection of blockbuster games, but all of them are over a year old, and some have even appeared as free games on PlayStation Plus in the past. Now, if you have not played any of these games, then I recommend you go out and play them. And if you haven't played like 5 of them, then this service is definitely your way to get at them for a very low price. But I, like quite a few people, who have played all of these games over the years. So this is not the draw for the service for me, but I can appreciate that these are big games and there's at least 10 of them. So I'm going to give Sony a B for their selection of blockbuster games. And in all honesty, I don't think this grade will improve over time unless Sony change their entire strategy for releasing AAA games. But if you are willing to wait a year for the big exclusives, then this might be an A for you. So here's the good news. There's PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 games in the Classic Games library. That's where the good news ends. There's not a big selection here, and this could be forgiven if you put in some of the big hitters like the Metal Gear Solid games, Time Splitters, Ico, Wipeout, Tomb Raider, Silent Hill, Black, and just many more of the stone cold PlayStation 1, 2 and 3 classics, and the obscure gems. This is probably the draw for a lot of people to play this big back catalogue. Finally, the chance to play the massive back catalogue that Sony has to offer, and what we get is about 60 games, which mostly consists of PlayStation 4 games and a handful of great PlayStation 2 and 3 games, and then the rest are just random PlayStation 1, 2 and 3 games. So, how do they play? Well, I really wanted to play Ape Escape 2 the other day, so I downloaded it, and it was a mess. There's glitches and the assets flicked constantly. I could not play this. This was unplayable and so disappointing. The PlayStation 3 games emulate is a lot better, but this really needs to be improved on. As I said, this was the draw for a lot of people and it is a real letdown. To balance this out with some good, the best of what you get consists of Resident Evil, The Last of Us, God of War 3, Ape Escape 1 and 2, the BioShock trilogy, Jak and Daxter, Jak 2, some Star Wars games and Tekken 2. I imagine most of these games do play well, but these really are the best of what you get. There's so much missing, but there's so much room to improve, and if they can improve this selection, then this will be a must-have service, but this is very poor at the moment and gets an E grade. So you must be wondering, why did I even get this service? Well, this is the reason. The PlayStation 4/5 indie games. The games that come out on the PlayStation Store for like £20 to £30 that you really want to play, but you'd rather put your money elsewhere or wait for them to go down in price. There's some absolute gems on this service to be downloaded and enjoyed. The Artful Escape is one of those. I have wanted to play this for a while but never took the plunge, and now I can because it's in the premium library. I was not disappointed, it is amazing. The same can be said for the Outer Wilds. I've also started Greedfall, and it's not too bad. I would have never shelled out £50 for that game. And also I've wanted to play Little Nightmares for a while, but again I've never took the plunge, and now I can. This is where the indie games can thrive, as you can take a chance on a game as you don't have to fork out 20 quid for it. And I'm not sure how the studios are being paid, but this must work out in their favour somehow. Finally, I have to mention Stray. This game is amazing, and putting it as a day one premium release is such a no-brainer. I would have bought it anyway, but it's only about 5 hours long and costs £25. This might put a few people off, but now you can play it for the price of admission for the PlayStation Plus Premium. AA games on day one is a great way to make this service must have. And as long as Sony pays the studios who create these games well, then I have no problem with this. So this section gets an A. Is PlayStation Plus Premium a must-have service at the moment? No. There's definitely room to improve, but the foundation is there. But Sony definitely have some work to do. It's a decent library for a couple months' work. The biggest letdown is most definitely the classic library, and that really needs some work. It's almost soured me on the entire service. The indie games are the service's saving grace, and if you haven't played a few of the blockbusters, then that's worth a look too. So PlayStation Plus Premium gets a C for me, and that would be a just alright games rating. So thank you for watching the video. Now all I need you to do is give this video a like, share this video, subscribe obviously, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and thank you for watching again, and you have been watching Just Good Games.